Hello, Raptor here. In this video you will find a quick look at the Magicka Templar build I used to complete Vet Vateshran Hollows. I think this build has excellent survivability for solo content. Note it is not a meta damage build. It does do enough damage and gives us high survivability, and that's what we want. For your race, it's not going to matter too much. I managed to complete Vet Vateshran Hollows on an Argonian who does not have any damage boosts in their passives. I do recommend trying a High Elf, Dark Elf, or Khajiit if you want more damage. As for our Mundus Stone here, we got the Thief. This will increase our critical strike rating. Our critical strike is a little bit lower because we are using a heavy armor build here. If you want, though, you can go ahead and try the Shadow for more crit damage or the Lover for more penetration. As far as our consumable goes, you can see I'm using the Ghastly Eye Bowl. You can take a look at it here. It gives us max Magicka and Magicka recovery, a good amount. Now, I need the extra recovery, and I don't need the health so much, so I go ahead and use this. But if you are fine with your recovery on your race that you use or the setup that you use, you can go ahead and try the Witchmother's Potent Brew. You may not even have the Ghastly Eye Bowl, so this may be a better option for you. And as far as our potions go, I am using Essence of Spell Power without Major Prophecy. Because with Inner Light on my action bar, I don't need Major Prophecy, so I just use the Magicka and Spell Power version. Okay, for our skills, I'm going to go up here. We got Blazing Shield. This is one of your priority skills here. You're going to need a shield during those intense moments. And then you can go ahead and go to your jabs right after you've shielded, or you can use the shield and then switch bars. I find sometimes that when I'm switching bars it's a little bit laggy, so I oftentimes will shield up before I do a bar swap. Of course, Puncturing Sweep, that's going to be your primary damage and healing move right there. Jabs, enough said. I like to have my Execute. You can try Radiant Oppression, or you can try the other morph. I'm not sure what it's called, but it doesn't do as much damage, but it heals you while channeling it. And then these three moves I primarily have there for the passives. I get a lot of different regen here. Like this one gives you health, stam, and Magicka recovery. And then, of course, you get max Magicka and Magicka recovery from the Mages Guild passives by having these two Mages Guild abilities here. Okay, for the back bar, I have Blazing Spear here. Sometimes I switch it out for when I need interrupts so that I'm not using up all my stamina. I can use a Magicka-based interrupt here, Explosive Charge. It's really great. Then Unstable Wall of Fire. This works with the Maelstrom back bar that we have. Solar Barrage. This is an AoE that moves with you, so it's great to have because you're moving around a lot in Vet Vateshran. And sometimes you can't always heal off of your own damage. You can't stay up close, such as during the Pyrelord fight when you have to step away from him and he's still dealing damage to you. You have this burst heal here that will help you out. And then you especially need to keep this armor buff up at all times. Channeled Focus gives you your armor and Magicka return. And then finally our ultimate Crescent Sweep. This is a pretty good ultimate. It's cheap, and I use that quite a bit in there as well. Okay, before I forget, I'm going to go to the champion points, specifically the slottables. I'm using Deadly Aim. I mostly get single target damage out of the Execute. Thaumaturge, damage over time. Biting Aura, we got a lot of AoE attacks. and Fighting Finesse to boost our critical damage. In the red tree, I'm running Boundless Vitality, Ironclad, Rejuvenation, as well as Siphoning Spells. I suppose some of the important passives in here is Breakfall, Rationer, Liquid Efficiency, and Steed's Blessing. None of the other spells really matter all that much. Maybe Treasure Hunter. That's about it for the champion points. So, moving on to the gear. I'm going to go over each piece fairly slowly. We're wearing Mother's Sorrow, 5 pieces on the front bar. We got a one-hander and shield. It doesn't matter what one-hander you use. Sharpened with flame damage for the one-hander. And reinforced with Max Magicka enchant for the shield. On the back bar we have our Maelstrom Inferno staff. I got this out of normal. It's a lot easier to farm from normal now. We only have one piece monster set here for the spell penetration. Since we're wearing heavy armor, we're losing the light armor passive for spell penetration. So I want the extra spell penetration from this monster set. And we have 4 pieces of Medusa on the body and 1 on the jewelry. We got a Curious of Medusa. All body pieces are divines. The helmet has health and the rest are Max Magicka. Pauldron of Medusa. Then we got 2 pieces of Mother's Sorrow here, divines, Max Magicka. On the belt and gloves specifically, because those have the least amount of armor anyways. And then Medusa legs and Medusa feet, and then the Medusa neck piece, and then finally Mother Sorrow ring here. All the jewelry is bloodthirsty. These 2 are spell damage, and then finally we have our mythic item, Ring of the Pale Order here with a Magicka recovery enchant because I need the sustain. And this gives us a lot of our healing back when we're dealing damage, and why this build is so survivable. Some notes with this particular build. Using a sword and board on the front bar, our heavy attacks will not restore Magicka, they will restore stamina. So if you want to restore Magicka, you're going to have to do heavy attacks on the back bar. And I would say that is about it for this Magicka Templar build. Thank you for watching.